Right, so I'm going to walk between stages here, right? Just hello over there. I'm Ewan Nordea. Loved Mark. Mark, where is he gone? Is he gone already? I don't see him. There he is. Thank you. I have been trying to get a Danske Bank account. I like to have accounts with every bank in the Nordics. It's difficult when you are a British citizen, currently a British citizen. The Brexit thing's happening at the minute. We'll need to see what happens. Trying to get a Danske Bank account, though, because they want to see my contract. That's the problem I've got. Every time I try and get my Danske Bank account, they write to me and they say, yeah, could you send us your contract? And I'm worried about whether a Nordea contract should be sent to a Danske. I need your help there, Mark. I'm trying to figure that one out. Because love the stuff you're doing there. Really cool. Right. I am going to take you on a roller coaster of a ride, ladies and gentlemen, through some regulatory excitement. Actually, don't worry. I know it's late in the afternoon, so I'm going to get moving. Let us go next and say, this is what it says in your diagrams. New tech, new costs. Yeah, we have all of this hitting us. Particularly Nordea as a universal bank, ladies and gentlemen. We have this in spades. We have lots of challenges. I'll take you through some of them, but I am not talking about Nordea. Oh, I'll show you one or two examples, right? But what I'm going to talk to you about is the challenges that I have and where I think things are going. And let us see if I can be provocative, ladies and gentlemen. Provocative in a productive manner. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is a very, very important issue for me. If you have children, this TFE, ladies and gentlemen, TFE is a particular problem for you, I would imagine. It's a massive, massive business-critical problem for me. Let me just give you some more detail on that. This is Archie. My son, he is 6 years old. And this was him on a very cold trip to Helsingør. Everything was fine. Please note, ladies and gentlemen, please note his teeth. There is a hint, okay? Please note his teeth. This is what happened later that evening. Familiar sign for most parents. He's had a tooth out before, right? All is good. All is good. But this is one that you can see. It's a big one. I have been in the Nordics since September. I joined Nordea in September from Royal Bank of Scotland. The family came over in December. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our first TFE event. Tooth Fairy enabled event. Now, you might think that this is flippant. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a severe problem with you. And you, in this case, are the ecosystem, because you are not serving me properly. Exactly as Mark was saying. Customer, customer, customer. And here, let me take you through this story, this issue that I've got. Here's a question. Where is a Tooth Fairy-enabled debit card app? Or something like that. I am Chief Digital Officer at Nordea. I am honored to have that position. However, my CEO is not quite Casper. My deputy CEO is not quite Torsten. It's my wife. She is CEO and chairman. She turns to me on this evening. She says, Archie is now sleeping. What is your fix? What is your fix? I say, go on. She goes, well, we haven't got any money. We've got no cash. We have 10 hours. Do something. I said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, well, he's got an iPad. Haven't you fixed this? I said, well, we need to give him, what, €2? What's the going rate for a tooth in the Nordics? It's a front tooth, €5. Okay, Well, I don't have any cash on me, right? Because I'm really enjoying not carrying any cash. In Britain, the first thing I do when I get to Heathrow is take out money, real paper money. It is a pure delight being here and not having to worry about cash. Unfortunately, Archie does not take credit cards or debit cards. He is waking up in 10 hours. I tell you what I had to do, ladies and gentlemen, and this is painfully annoying, given my title, given the resources, the 900 million euro that Nordea spends on change every year. 800 billion NOK, apparently. I don't have the euro. We're okay here. Yeah, I looked like an idiot. I couldn't deal with my wife. I couldn't help her. What do we do? Oh my God, we scraped and we scrambled and we hunted, ladies and gentlemen. We hunted for some krona, some coins. And we managed to find some coins. I actually texted my brother. I WhatsApped my brother and then my other brother and said, look, the bag that you left, can we go through it to try and find some money? And they said, yes. I said, Tooth Fairy, right? Tooth Fairy, it's important. You, us, we were nowhere. No. My point here is Archie has an iPad. My wife's automatic expectation was that we do something, and then at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning, the following morning, something pops up on the iPad and says, woohoo, the Tooth Fairy's been. So this was my question for the ecosystem. I don't think it's a key policy for Nordea to support TFE. What I mean is I don't know if we will be investing, maybe we should, but if we will be investing heavily in Tooth Fairy support. But I tell you, at that point, when my wife is screaming at me, she's valid, at that point, I need you. The next thing I did was go, no, I'll fix it, darling, I'll fix it. Hold on a minute, there must be something in the App Store. Someone must have fixed this problem. Now, I am laboring it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was expecting to see, right? Have you got a problem with Tooth Fairy? Click here. There's plenty of services out there, debit cards for young, great. Where's the Tooth Fairy one? Can we invest in it? Can we add it as a growth strategy for Nordea for attracting the parents and the young? So I'm looking at the ecosystem saying, my God, you need to help us. Okay, I don't think we need to divert our resources to only focus on Tooth Fairy stuff, right? But we have got a significant amount of customers with a problem that happens most nights. Most nights, our customers are dealing with this issue. What the hell do? They've got to go and find some cash from somewhere. There we go. Key change. Key change into PSD2. I particularly like this slide. This is, you cannot go through a startup pitch at the moment. Slide 4. Slide 4 is this, or something like that, right? If you've ever seen a startup pitch, if you are a startup, you've got PSD2 somewhere on your pitch deck, right? It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Bring it on, we say in Nordea. Bring it on. We've got a load of people signed up to our open banking stuff already. Great news. But really, this is the kind of stuff I want, the Tooth Fairy service. But you know what? There's a ton of other services I want. And I don't think Nordea or any of the banks across the Nordics, I don't think we are equipped to service every single demand. I don't think we are. I don't think that can be our strategy anymore. Loved what you were saying, Mark. If you're still, yeah. All right, what's the customer need and how can we fulfill it? We're really excited about what PSD2 brings, but actually I'm way more excited about open banking and what that will require us to do. We are working heavily with this. I trust all of you are. It's particularly exciting when you can begin to envision a world where I can say, yeah, hold on, tooth fairy. Yeah. Click, 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 done. I know it's being assured by someone sensible. Now, what I mean by that, it's got Nordea on it, Danske, DNB, right? Powered by, someone makes sure the money is being handled correctly. Someone makes sure the KYC is being handled correctly. Now, banks are well positioned to do that. We can handle the rails, yes. But the innovation, the speed of change that our customers, that I want, that my wife demands, requires us to be working in a different way. And we are reconfiguring dramatically in Nordea to make sure we are ready to support. But this, let me move on. Because I'm supposed to be doing a tour de force here, right? We're coming different topics now. Let's move into AI, which is particularly exciting. This is a quote I saw. You can imagine, ladies and gentlemen, how the 200 legal team, the 200 strong legal team, last week reacted to this particular message. This was the headline I showed them. And it's from JP Morgan. It's particularly impressive what they're doing. Coing. It does the mind-numbing job of interpreting commercial loan agreements that, until the project went online, consumed 360,000 hours of work by lawyers. Done now by the Coing system in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Bring it on. Bring it on. Because if we can get the machines doing some really, really smart work for us, then maybe we can be focusing even more on the customer need, on the customer demand. There's a lot moving with AI. There's positive and negative, and we are exploring that in some depth at Nordea. I'll just give you please excuse me, I'll give you a quick example of what we're doing there. AutoFX, you may have heard, this is something we're doing with a lot of different companies. One of them is Spotify. The FX autopilot that frees up your time, ladies and gentlemen. It's particularly interesting, right, to say, look, do you want to sit there and look at all the different prices of all of the different foreign exchange rates? Or should we do that for you? Cool, we'll do it for you. No worries, done. I'm particularly excited about AI. If you aren't doing something in AI and you're working in a financial institution, there's a problem. And by the way, if you're a startup and you haven't put the phrase machine learning or AI somewhere in your deck, probably near slide 4, there's a problem. That was slightly flippant, but something where everyone and their dog seems to be doing something with machine learning or AI, but that's important. We need to be experimenting with this stuff and then looking for the right applications for the customer. Now, I've been talking about collaboration. I've been talking about TFE. You've been very patient. Let me talk about collaboration. I like the phrase, I love the phrase, business at the speed of thought. And that's where I want us to be at Nordea. That's a good idea. Let's do it. And not have to worry about all of the KYC and all the compliance issues that we normally have to care about. I want us to be able to run fast to make sure we can meet the customer demand. But yeah, learning the power of collaboration is something we've been doing. I would encourage everyone to be doing this. And from what I'm seeing today and what I saw on Twitter yesterday, it looks good news. This is really exciting. We are doing it. I'll give you a quick hint to what we've been doing. You may have heard about our accelerator. We've been working very heavily with Nestholm on making that happen. I tell you what, it is absolutely fascinating, seriously fascinating when you look at some of my colleagues. Now, my colleagues across the bank are charged with delivering revenue. Understood. Understood. When I come along and say, hey, look, got this new thing, it's really cool, it's got machine learning built in, it's got some AI, PSD2, and the other buzzword, open banking, you've got to do it, it's amazing. Stop all the profitable work you're doing, come and have a look at this. So they don't always react that positively, okay? But we're changing that around. And let me just give you a little example, an interesting example that evidences the speed of organizations such as ours and the speed of the rest of the world. Now, we know that those are two different speeds. We had a startup. One of the accelerator guys, they came in. Myself, Arto, sitting over there, the team, we said, my God, this is amazing. This could change everything. Well, it's really cool, really cool. And we said, yes, you're on our accelerator. In you come, take a seat. come and work with us in Helsinki, I think it was. Or maybe it was Stockholm. And when you're ready, when you've got your pitch ready, we'll take you to the business. We'll take you to the business, we'll sit you in front of the business, we'll ask them to stop making money for a few minutes, and they'll listen. Now, we did that, ladies and gentlemen. The pitch was great, delivered brilliantly. Our head of business said, look, I love this concept. And I think, ding, service level, we're doing a good job. He says, but it is illegal. It's completely illegal. This is why. A, B, C, D. Sorry. Our head of business said, sorry. And he was so apologetic. He said, I'm sorry to have wasted your time. You know, I've just killed your world. You thought you had a business. You don't. He also said, look, I mean, I know you wouldn't do this, but really you need to change this completely. Do this, do this, do this, and do that. Then you might have a possibility of doing something in the Nordics, but good luck. The learning moment for us, the learning moment was that startup entrepreneur doing this, doing the writing. My God, the guy was fast. He listened, and then what did he do? Next week, he came in with a finished product. He changed it. Our line of business guy went, what? Sorry? Yeah. 6 people. 6 people working through the night, 1 week, changed the product completely. That learning, that awareness, the speed of change, that's what we were having to learn here in Nordea. Not ideal. We are serious about it, and it's particularly interesting when you are looking at organizations that are playing with accelerators, playing with and playing is the right word, by the way, testing and learning and experimenting. We actually took one of the guys from Fuel. Fuel is a health tracking app. We're launching a new product with Nordea Life and Pensions based on this guy's service. And there he was on stage at the Q4 results, I think in February. We are serious about this stuff. I trust you guys are too. But my message to the marketplace is we all need to be doing this. We all need to be opening up. We need to collaborate. Or what Mark said, basically. An example, Feeling Stream. Not an organization we just done. They came through the accelerator, the first accelerator we did. Really cool. But from a collaboration standpoint, we need to be outside. Get out from behind the desk. That is what we are doing. I trust you are doing too. That's my message as well. Get out and speak to the marketplace. Be there. It's quite difficult because it's not normal, and the policies aren't really there to support it. You can imagine what some of my colleagues said. Sorry, you're going to put people in an accelerator, in a hub. Yeah. Oh, we need to do some workplace assessments. No, you just take your laptop and, no, we need to, no, there's a process here. You know, this kind of stuff, we have to challenge the different ways, new ways of working. And one of the interesting things that I am playing with is the subscription economy. Now, you'll be familiar with this in the context of Spotify, right? This is exercising me a lot at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, the subscription economy. What is particularly frustrating me, no, frustrating is the wrong word. What's particularly exciting me is the way that some individuals are now viewing banking products and services. Now, by that, I mean, let me give you an example of a guy in Oslo, student. I'm chatting to him, and he says, I have recently moved here. Good. He says 2 years ago. No, cool, all right. I was renting. Great. It was the start of a conversation. He says, but now I subscribe. I subscribe to my house. I said, sorry, you subscribe to your house? He said, no. He said, look, I'm sorry, my English. I said, oh, no, hold on a minute. I'm British, and the only thing I speak is English, right? So don't talk about languages. Your English is fantastic. He goes, no, no, I mean I pay monthly for my mortgage. Right? Yes, he said, no, yes, I do. I subscribe to my house. My God, that really got me thinking. You subscribe to your house. Tell me more about that. He says, am I using the wrong language? I said, no, keep going. Keep going. You subscribe to your house. He says, yeah. I just pick the house value I want. That's what I'll upgrade shortly. I say, you'll upgrade? He goes, yeah, upgrade. But this process of buying a property, the complex mortgage process, would you like to speak to someone? Because all conventional wisdom says, if you want to speak, if you want to do a mortgage, you must come and speak to us at least, or have a remote meeting, but you want to talk to us because it's a complex thing, right? He says, no. And he says, no, the process was complex. Oh yeah, that was ridiculous. But the decision, no, it's just a subscription. Which got me thinking. I should have taken a picture because my lawn looks a little bit like this at the minute. That's because I don't own a lawnmower here in the Nordics, and I don't really want to buy one if I can avoid it. But we're failing on getting stuff done. We're failing, my wife and I, on getting the grass cut. Do you know what? I don't actually care. I want it done, ladies and gentlemen. I want it done. I want the grass cut. So from a subscription standpoint, I am particularly interested in seeing what could we do to change the world for our customers. If you're subscribing to your house, does that mean that you want us to manage the electricity as well? Does that mean that we will manage your electricity bill to be 5% cheaper than anything possible on the marketplace? Does it mean we'll cut your grass? Does it mean that we'll handle your transport? It's happening right now. In Denmark, you can buy a car. Well, sorry, not buy a car. Have a car. Minimum 3 months. Loving what they're doing in Simply Go. A company that we've been working with, Kuno, here in Finland. They do it with older cars. Minimum 3 months. I'm like, yes, subscription economy, yes, please. Now, the regulation, the change in perception, the change in drive from the customer, the demand pull from the customer that understands how to deal with music, and they want their finances to work in a very similar way, that's exciting. And this is causing us untold amounts of excitement, but possibly some pain here in Nordea, but positive pain. My message then, ladies and gentlemen, is think carefully about subscription. We're watching that really, really, really interestingly because it's been driven by regulation. It's being made so easy to subscribe. But who is managing that subscription? Is it the bank? Is it the front end layer? Is it a Tink? A Spear? A Spiff? Just naming some of the companies that we've been watching and looking at over the period. It's getting really interesting out there. Every success to you. Thank you for your patience. I'll move swiftly on now. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. Very inspiring speech there. How do you see, just a question around the, as you mentioned, you have the accelerator and the really fast ideas coming up.
Yes.
You have the typical situation in which many of us are a sort of tanker organization going steadily forward and moving very slowly and braking in a couple of miles and then maybe coming back.
Yes.
Or changing, and then you have the speedboats going like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yes.
Where are you in the process of making these two fit together?
We've done a lot of work in making sure that we are able, working with a startup is really complex, right? Because our 300-page contracts, I'm making it up, they don't fit the startup world, right? And we have to be able to move fast. To start, sometimes we say, yeah, we'd love to work with you. And the startup says, how quickly? We're immediately on pretty quickly. And sometimes it comes, the bidding is coming down to speed. How quickly can you work with us? So we're having to reconfigure everything we're doing. And we've had lots of experience now over the last couple of years with the Nest Home Accelerator to help us understand how to do this. But my God, it's really, really important. And it's all being drawn by the customer, right? So it almost doesn't matter what the big ship is doing, right? It's really important to watch that. But if we're not looking at what the customer demand, then we have a massive problem. Working on it.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Evan.
you, sir.
Let's give a big hand for Evan.